So the next one is a percentages problem, right? We did something like this last session where they told us what the percentage of the number would be equal to, and then we have to find out how much is the number, right? So in this case, basically you need to find what is 100% of this particular number that you found 20% of. So we'll start off by stating what they tell us, right? They tell us that 20% of some number that we don't know is 6. Right? So one of the first things we should consider doing is writing the 20% as a fraction. If we could express 20% as a fraction, or even we could work with it as percentage, but if we could express the 20% as a fraction, it might be a little bit easier for us to reason out how to come up with the total, right? The number that we found 20% of. So 20% as a fraction. 20% would be 20 out of 100. And from here, if we have to break down this fraction, we have to ask ourselves, well, what factors do these two numbers have in common? And one of the common factors that, it's pretty obvious because both of them end in 0. Since both of these numbers end in 0, this means 10 is a common factor to 20 and 100. So now that reduces our fraction to 2/10. But even if we look at the 2/10, we could still see that these two numbers have a common factor. They are both even numbers, so we could reduce this by cancelling off a factor of 2. So when we cancel off a factor of 2, 2 into 2 is 1, and 2 into 10 is 5. So this will now leave us with a fraction of 1/5. So essentially what we're saying is that 1/5 of some number that we don't know, 1/5 is equal to 6. So if we want to get the whole number, we just multiply this number 6 by 5, right? So the whole number would give 6 by 5. This would give us the number that we found 20% of. So 6 by 5 is 30, right? So this is one way we could get the solution. The other way we could get the solution is by using the percentage, right? And instead of, going into writing it as a fraction, we could just use the fact that 20% as a fraction out of 100 is 20 over 100. So if 20 over 100 is equal to 6, then we could say to get 100%, to get the whole number, 6 divided by 20 multiplied by 100 will give us the answer. So when we work this out now, we have to cancel common factors. And again, 20 and 100 have a common factor of 10. And then 2 can go into 2, and we could even cancel it off. 2 into 6 is 3. So now to get our answer, we just multiply 3 by 10 and we'll get 30. So either one of these works fine. You just need to know which one you're more comfortable working with, and you'll get the same answer, right? So you could take it from the approach of it breaking down into a simpler fraction, or you could just use it as the percentage.